Check it out. We can't turn. We're just going out to sea. Hello. Wah, wah. I did it. Amy with her alligator. I'm sailing. Nate, you look like you just live on that boat. This was the 4th summer in a row that I did a Lake Superior sailing trip, and the 3rd summer in a row with a group of friends.
Don't fall in.
We're kind of chasing the little breezes. Glass smooth on Lake Superior is not a very common sight. We ended up lining the boats up the shore just to get there without paddling or attempting to sail, and just had one person on the back steering.
Look at what happens when he leaves you loose.
After setting up in the dark, we awoke to kind of take a little tour of the site and walk out to the beach. It took us quite a while to find this site last night. There are no logs like this lining the trail. So here we're in the lee of the island, and later this day when we rounded the end and come out to the full brunt of the wind and the waves, we ended up just getting pummeled. We had 5-foot waves we were getting dangerously close to the rocks underneath as we were in the trough of the waves, and unfortunately somebody thought they turned the camera on in my boat. Then we lost a GoPro that was on the whole time. We have a ton of footage from the trip that just could not be included. You see that these Hobie 16s ride quite a bit lower when you have 3 people plus all of their gear, their food for 5 days and all. So just a consideration when you're out there. It handles a little different than when you're just cruising around with a couple people. You'll notice this is pretty abnormal for me, where I either am not wearing any sort of warm gear on this trip, or I'm just wearing this paddle jacket. And so the water on Lake Superior this whole trip was warmer than I've ever experienced. It was really interesting to see how Nate's boat and my boat perform different going up or downwind. Our masts are raked differently, and so that's something that we'll probably have to either equalize or just keep being at different speeds depending on which leg of the trip we're on. Jesse and I we're a little chilly at the end of this sail. For a longer crossing, or when it's just wavy, windy, more so than like a light breeze, then I would say just put your wetsuit, dry suit on in anticipation, because like I say, we were a little chilly. That was insane. Oh my god. We had a thing happen. We were tacking around that sand spit, and we were kind of presenting, you know, our hull sideways to the wind, and a steep wave came and presented one hull up off of that wave, and the wind came underneath the trampoline and just blew it over really quick. Alright, so we flipped our Hobie over twice, and so I was given this bag by Side by Side. This is the result of flipping over with the non-waterproof bag here. This is an NRS dry bag. I can reach in there and feel that things are a little moist. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see the moisture on there. It did get wet. It's not soaked, nothing unusable. This is my clothes and sleeping bag by Seal Line. It's a Baja bag. I've always recommended these as the best ones. On the base here, my pants you can see is a little wet. So this came out of here. Got some toiletries and repair. So that's pretty wet. That was right on top. And then here's the side-by-side bag. This is very lightweight ripstop nylon, so there's a little bit of wetness there, but not too much. So far the best out of all these. This is the driest one. So the newest, but also the most lightweight and certainly the driest. Anyway, I told Side by Side that I would try these out. I wasn't intending to flip the boat twice to do that, but Here it is. So anyway, I'll put links in the description for these things if you're interested. If you're interested in entering to win the dry bag or this zippered cube from Side by Side, then make sure to go down to the description and click that link. You'll just put in your email and I will periodically let you know if I have any paid or unpaid products that might help with your adventures. Now, I can't stand spam, so I am for sure not going to be flooding your inbox with unnecessary emails, so don't worry about that. All right, let's check out this cube that I have not had a chance to test until now. Okay, so this is not waterproof. However, the materials are waterproof. The zipper, you can tell when you put it together, is not. It's going to keep out a lot if it's just dripping onto it. And if nothing else, then this is pretty slick for helping with organization. I use it on the trip. You can see through it, so that's kind of handy. Anyway, if you're interested in entering to win either one of those, check out that link. And thank you to Side by Side for reaching out and offering to donate one of each of these products to one of my subscribers who enters to win. Thank you and good luck. Nate was just moving his boat to a better spot where he had more shoreline and something to attach his boat to straight up the shore. You'll see that this is pretty normal to get water in your hulls. There's no foam or anything in there. It's just one big compartment of air. Now, especially as you get in waves and everything kind of flexes. Maybe I discussed that. We attempted to make our own GoPro dart with a foam noodle, but didn't really work effective. So the rudder break is coming soon. Now, we got to camp and then we went out for a little day sail to explore some other islands and play in the nice wind, and it's imminent here. Do a flip! Going to see the cave. Don't know how deep it is. It's not deep. You going back? We were going 14 miles an hour. I think we hit a deadhead or something. Check out the rudder. There it is. Oh yeah. So keeping the mainsail a little looser and the jib tighter is allowing us to steer better. All right, we have an update for this Adventures in Reach sailing trip. So the first rudder broke over here. And then we had another pop. So apparently, if you buy an old Hobie, maybe just replace the rudders or bring a spare set. Not really sure. I think we're gonna get back with a paddle.
Pretty sad, but it's better than what we have.
What you got there, man? It's just my new rudder. It's a new model. I don't have very good luck with paddles either. I've broken 3 of them. Yep. What you doing there, Jessel? Just turning with my leg. Both of our rudders broke. Oh no! So we stayed really close to the tip of the island as we came around. We tried tacking upwind just the couple hundred feet that we needed. After about 6 attempts, these folks came over.
Why aren't you steering, Matt? It's no rudders.
Jesse's having a hard time popping up the rudder. Now, we had tried contacting Nate over the marine radio, and he did not hear us. And so we just wanted to surprise him the best way that we knew how.
You lost them both?
Yeah.
When?
Like at the end of the island.
3 or 4 miles.
We sailed like 3 miles without them.
Oh.
It's another day on the beach.
Building boats. There's a ship right now. Really selling this knife to me though. Gotta get me one of those.
I'm gonna go ask them if they have extra paddles. The only other.
It's almost there. So ridiculous.
Good as new.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Nom, 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 nom.
So we came out this morning and found some gifts by our rudders. Here's a finished rudder. Even operates, sort of. The other one is a 2x6.
It's gonna flip over back there.
Whoa, look at that. That's down. Look at those fancy rudders. It's vibrating quite a bit, but it steers and we're cruising along.
Nice rudders.
Yeah. Nice. It's got a lot of pull to it.
We're just rudder inspectors. Looking good here.
After the rudders got us to camp without any issues, aside from a lot of resistance on the tiller, we just all hopped onto Nate's boat and booked it over to another island to go for a hike and see the overlook. So apologies if anybody was in the woods this day.
So majestic. 2.5 liters of soup. How big is a human stomach? Oh, it looks good.
So the second day with the rudders, we actually, aside from tying the top to the boat, I had a line that went from the base of the rudder up at an angle attached to the frame of the trampoline, and that kept them nice and vertical. It worked really, really well. It made a massive difference on the resistance on the tiller.
Oh, look at that guy.
That one's rudder shaped.
Oh, that totally is. Shipwreck.
The Fedora. 1901. Lantern tipped over. Started a fire.
This is a clip of me swimming all 282 feet along this ship. Pretty cool how things change as you go, as the structure changes.
I ain't had ice cream since I don't know when. Stuck in Folsom Prison. Yeah,
Didn't get us this time, Ferry. Made it.
I'm sailing.
If you're interested in more sailing, rappelling, or other adventures that are in your reach, then consider subscribing and check out these videos.